Hey everybody, Mark from Northeast Bass Fishing. How you doing? Well, everybody seemed to enjoy when I kind of gave you guys the update of the Swimbait rack, so I thought I'd show you this one over here that has just some, actually has some more swim baits and some various soft plastics, so I thought I'd just show them to you quick. Let's see, I'll start at the bottom here. Got some of those old JDC gag crawls that I used to love that I'd get up at Northern Bass Supply, but that's a great spider jig right there. The old Arky one is a good one. Right there. That salty crawling grub, that's a good one too. Let's see. Just good old, the PowerBait worm. Can't go wrong with that. That's the, I think that's the, it's the 8.5 inch. Some other PowerBait stuff here. Different baits. I don't know if that grass pig they still make. That might be a discontinued one. There's just some old tubes right there, some different kind. Rod bait's Fuzzy Beaver, one of my favorite flipping baits right there. Great bait right there. If you guys are looking for a beaver style bait and you haven't tried the Rod bait's Fuzzy Beaver, it's a good one. Let's see, some more tubes, those old man tubes there. I don't think they make those anymore. Venom tubes, which is probably my number one. That black neon there, that 5-inch flipping tube, that is my favorite one. Whoops, there it goes. If I'm gonna flip a tube, I usually start with that guy right there from Venom. That's my favorite right there. So I got a bunch of that color. And then just some different Venom tubes over here. Some big bite baits. Some of the creature style baits right there. The old Lake Fork tackle. Craw tube, great flipping bait if you guys like throwing a craw tube. I believe that's their older packaging, that's the newer packaging. Whether they still make that, I don't really know. But if you guys like throwing craw tubes, that Lake Fork one was always a good one. And let's see, back over with the PowerBait here. That's the Cash Out Ned style bait. They came out with a few years ago, but I do think that they discontinued that. But that's a pretty solid Ned bait right there. So it's all different PowerBait stuff. That Power Hog there. Some different Power Hogs. A little bit of everything there from all Berkley stuff here. I don't think there's anything different. Looks like there's some Gulp stuff back there. And some of these things are ripping. What do we got there? The old Pit Boss. So a bunch of Berkley stuff. Some of the old Havoc stuff, which I don't believe that they still have. But those were nice. That was just kind of like Berkley stuff without the PowerBait scent in it, and they work fine. More PowerBait worm. That's the General there. Some of the big Generals in the back there. That's a 6.25 incher. There's your 5.25 inch General. If you guys like throwing those pencil type baits, some Poor Boys. That's a pretty good drop shot bait. You guys have never seen these before. That Erie Darter. That's a pretty good drop shot bait. Some different colors there. But it's a pretty solid bait right there for flipping for drop shotting. And you can even throw it on a Ned. The old Mega Strike flipping bait, the Mega Bug there, one of my favorites. It's a great one. Lots of cool colors. And they still make those. There's some more of the Mega Strike over here. That's the Mega Bug in the red shad color. So, all Mega Strike right there. There's some Bass Pro flipping craws. Whether they still make that exact one, I don't know. That's their older packaging. And amazingly, more PowerBait. So this is a lot of PowerBait over here. Power Hogs. I think these are mostly Power Hogs, Bunker Hogs. You guys can see those. So it's different PowerBait stuff. More PowerBait stuff. 10-inch worm. Old standby for the summertime. Some of their shaky head worms. Different types of worms. Let's get a little, see if I can get that to focus in there. There we go. More 10-inch worms. Looks like some power tubes here. Some more 4-inch finesse worms. So all PowerBait stuff on that line. Here is the water beetle from Culprit, which sadly they don't make anymore. That's the 3-inch size. And there's the 4-inch size, which was always my favorite flipping and pitching soft plastic beaver style bait. Did great with it from the minute I got it. Still have a lot of confidence in it, and as you can see, I have a lot of them. I can remember when I found out they were discontinued, I scoured the internet and got a bunch. So I don't think I'm ever going to run out. But that I'm so disappointed when Culprit stopped making it, even though I have a lot. There are a few colors that I don't have a lot of that they made that I liked. But unfortunately, I got like 1 or 2 packs of those and a ton of these other colors, but they're all good. They're all good. That's a great flipping bait for you guys, old school guys that have those, you know. Let's see over here. We got some crazy flappers from Kitech. Some Kitech little spiders here hanging up. The new Hyper Spider, which is really cool. And these are kind of the baits, these shad impacts, that I'm throwing on that Core Tackle hover rig. I mean, this has become like my hover rig favorite baits. These guys, like the bigger size, these size. These finesse worms I pretty much just use for drop shotting. Those worms there from Kitech, but this has become my hover rig bait right here. These guys, these shad impacts. And I usually use the bigger size here. Usually the size I'm going with. So I used to just kind of throw them, you know, drop shot them. I used to kind of use that more as a drop shot bait. Now, it's pretty much my hover rig bait. It's the one I go with, and it works great. It works great. Let's see, what do we got here? This is all the Great Lakes Finesse stuff I have. Some of their different hooks, their underspins, their Helgramites. Oh, let's see, their flat cats. I think those are the tubes back there, the Juvie craws. The snack craw, got a bunch of those. And whoops, as I'm dropping stuff on the floor, the drop minnow. And all this stuff is falling off on the floor, which I knew it would. Let's see, let's get these back up. But for you guys who have not used the Great Lakes Finesse baits, they are really great. They are really cool. So try them out if you haven't. I highly recommend them, especially if you guys are in smallmouth territory. Great baits, great baits. And I'm up on Champlain this summer. I will definitely have these with me if that bite is tough and I'm looking for some smaller, some deeper smallies. Definitely check those out. But they got a lot of cool baits. And you guys can check out my other videos on their different things. Anything I've got here, I probably made a video on when I got it. Here's the Tackle HD. This is their Helgramite, which is a little bigger. It's a 5-inch Helgramite. So if you guys like throwing Helgies, they have some bigger size ones. Some BWA baits over here. Different swim baits, the craw, which is what I like to use. But just some different BWA baits. Don't have a ton of them, just a few there. And then up here is pretty much 6 cents. That's their Ned fry, which is a Ned worm, but it's a 4.61. But works very well. Some nice colors. So if you guys like a bigger Ned, that Ned fry from 6 cents is a good option. And as I said, they got some really cool colors. So you want to show them something different and not that same old, you know, small Ned. That big one's a good one. And as it gets eaten up, you can just make it smaller and smaller. And last but not least, I know I showed you guys swim baits yesterday, but I do have some more soft plastic swim baits. This is the whale from 6 cents. This is kind of like the 6 cents line here. I don't know what else is back there. I don't want to dump everything out. Let's see if I can do this in a organized somewhat way. Whale. And there's the flush. I knew there was something different back there. So I got the flush and the whale here on this rack. And the rest are just the Divine swim baits, which are different than your typical swim bait. Nice colors, decent action, but it's a stiffer plastic. So if you're looking for a stiffer plastic to use, maybe let's say on a swim jig, where you get a little tail kick, but the bait's a little more durable, this is a good option. But that's the smaller size. I think that's a 3.2 if I remember right. Yep, 3.2. On that side, what's that one? The 3.8. And the bigger size is the 4.4. So that's the 4 sizes, I believe. Now, I haven't gotten any in a while because, as you can see, I have a lot. But they may have some different colors now. They may have some different sizes. I'm not sure. But that's the Divine swim bait from 6 cents. So that, everybody, is that rack. So we got pretty much some 6 cents stuff, some different Kitech stuff here, Great Lakes Finesse, Tackle HD, BWA, the old classic Culprit water beetle flipping bait, and then kind of power bait. Pretty much power bait. If you guys are a power bait fan, lots of power bait stuff. The Mega Strike Mega Bug, some Poor Boys, that Erie Darter, And then just Berkley PowerBaits over there. That Lake Fork tackle. Crow tube is awesome. Some big bite baits. And then the Venom tubes, which you guys know I love. And then just some various tubes, the Old Man's. Just some different various ones there. And just some spider jigs. So that is pretty much that rack, guys. So like I said with the other video, if there's a particular bait I showed you you'd like me to go more in depth on, I'd be more than happy to. But since everybody seemed to like that other video so much, I thought I'd kind of show you this rack because it's been a while. You know, when things get moved around and get changed or get new baits. So that's it. So any questions on any of these baits, if you, as I said, if you want to see a video on any one of those baits in particular, just let me know. All right. So I will see you guys soon on YouTube. Mark out.